Every year, 50 boys volunteer to walk until only one of them is left alive.
Okay! I'm okay! Ah!
And the entire nation watches like it's entertainment. There's no finish line, no mercy, and slowing down for even a few seconds means a bullet. This is the story of the year the long walk didn't go the way the regime expected. In a dystopian United States controlled by a military regime, the country is ruled by a single figure known as the Major. To control the population, the government hosts a televised annual event called the Long Walk, where 50 boys are chosen by lottery to march until only one survives. The winner earns wealth, fame, and one wish for anything they want, making the contest a desperate escape route for the poor. One of the chosen walkers is Ray, a teenager from Maine, whose mother Ginny tearfully drives him to the starting point,
Billy, wait!
Mom, I can't.
begging him to reconsider. Ray refuses, steps through the gates, and meets the other competitors,
Hey, I'm Ray Garrity.
including the friendly Peter and a nervous boy named Curly, who looks far too young to be there. The Major greets the walkers, gives them numbered tags, and delivers a speech claiming the contest restores discipline to a failing nation. Officials strap monitors to their wrists and explain the rules.
Walk until there's only one of you left.
They must maintain a steady pace with no finish line, and 3 speed violations mean immediate execution. Stepping off the road results in instant death. After forcing the crowd into a cheer, the Major fires his gun into the air, officially starting the long walk. The walkers set off with military trucks filming them as they march through empty highways where only a few locals are allowed to watch. Early tension fades into nervous chatter, but the rules quickly prove deadly when Stebbins accidentally slows and receives a warning.
Warning, number 38.
Gary nearly gets executed after stopping to fix his shoe, surviving only by jumping back into pace at the last second. By mile 7, the boys debate the prize. Arthur admits he wants money, while Ray argues the system has trapped them into calling this voluntary.
When the system backs people into a corner.
Some warn him not to criticize the regime on camera, but Peter agrees the winnings should help others. Their uneasy humor continues as Richard brags about writing a book to become famous. The mood shatters when Curly collapses from a leg cramp.
Warning.
Ray and Peter try to carry him forward, but he can't keep moving and is executed in front of them. The gunshot rattles Ray into earning a warning himself until Peter forces him back to speed. The Major briefly appears to glorify Curly's death as heroic propaganda,
And celebrate his bravery!
and the march continues as if nothing happened, with Peter casually relieving himself mid-stride. If you are enjoying the recap, please like the video. By mile 17, a little girl cheers Ray from the roadside, and the boys tease him,
I love you, Ray!
until a walker collapses in a seizure and is executed while Gary mocks him. The cruelty escalates around mile 25 when Gary bullies a quiet boy named Rank into a fight, causing Rank to fall and get shot for losing pace. The others explode in anger, blaming Gary. Soon after, another exhausted boy can't keep up while relieving himself mid-stride and is killed as well, proving how unforgiving the march has become. Near mile 35, the Major reappears to celebrate their first night with empty patriotic speeches. Ray, half asleep on his feet, dreams of his mother and gets a warning until Peter snaps him awake. As the boys talk about their families, Ray slows again, earning a second warning. He panics, stumbles, and triggers a third, meaning he must walk flawlessly for 3 hours to survive. Peter tries to calm him, but fear takes over, and Ray angrily accuses him of pretending to care. The road soon climbs a brutal hill that wipes out what little strength the walkers have left. Gunshots echo non-stop as boys collapse behind them. Gary mocks Ray, but when Ray starts to fade, Peter pulls him back into pace.
You can do this.
By sunrise, they reach mile 59, with only 18 walkers left. Near mile 67, Hank is barely standing and snaps at Peter's concern, while Richard finally collapses from his injured ankle and is executed in front of silent walkers. At the 100-mile mark, the Major returns with empty praise as another boy is shot while trying to escape. The remaining walkers talk about their wishes. Peter hopes for 2 winners, while Ray wants the entire system destroyed, only to be reminded the wish can't change the state. Anger boils over and they openly curse the Major. As night falls and heavy rain sets in, Ray drifts toward collapse, and Peter is forced to support him step by step through the storm. By mile 144, even stopping to relieve yourself is deadly. Arthur nearly gets executed for slowing mid-stride,
Pinch it off, my man!
while the others keep talking to fight exhaustion. Ray confides in Peter about his father, who was executed for teaching banned ideas, and reveals his true goal: win the walk, get a weapon, and kill the Major.
I'm gonna wish for the carbine.
He rages at the cheering crowds, but Peter reminds him the spectators are victims of the same system. By mile 170, silence replaces conversation. A boy with shredded feet begs for mercy and is crushed and executed in front of everyone, driving another walker insane enough to run off the road and get shot. The brutality keeps escalating, and Hank quietly notices his body breaking down as one of his teeth falls out. That night, they pass mile 201 with Hank barely conscious. Ray begs him to keep going, but Hank chooses his end, walking toward the soldiers and getting shot. Arthur rushes to hold him and nearly earns a fatal warning, forcing Ray to pull him away. By dawn at mile 209, only 6 walkers remain. Shaken by Hank's death, they promise the winner will support his wife with the prize money. Gary, feeling isolated, confesses to Ray that Rank's death still haunts him. He insists he never meant for it to happen and offers to help Hank's wife, too. After a tense moment, the others accept him back into their fragile circle as the march continues. If you're still here, subscribe to the channel before watching ahead. Gary's guilt finally consumes him. After a furious rant, he steps ahead of the group and kills himself.
Oh my God, how do you do that?
And the soldiers coldly finish the ritual with a bullet. And by day 5, they turn toward Ray's hometown. Others call him lucky to see home, but Ray knows it will only make the goodbye worse. At mile 286, his boots fall apart,
Damn bottom of my shoe fell off.
revealing feet torn and bleeding, forcing him to walk barefoot. When he spots his mother in the crowd, he instinctively runs toward her, but she begs him to stay back as Peter drags him to safety just before the soldiers fire.
So sorry, Mom!
Ray screams an apology to her, realizing he's repeating the same tragic path that killed his father. As the march wears on, Peter tells Ray about his childhood. Orphaned by war, abused by his uncle, and forced to survive alone on the streets. After nearly dying in a knife fight, he swore to keep searching for light in life, and if he wins, he wants to help abandoned kids like himself.
Maybe help some children who were like me.
By mile 306, Stebbins argues they must stop helping each other or the walk will never end, and the group reluctantly agrees. When Arthur's nose starts bleeding, they pretend not to notice. The cruelty breaks Key, who snaps, steals a soldier's gun, and fires wildly before being gunned down. Refusing to give the soldiers the satisfaction, he takes his own life as the others watch in horror.
No, don't turn.
At mile 324, Arthur's bleeding becomes fatal. Peter and Ray break their pact and carry him as long as they can, but Arthur knows he's done. He gives them his locket for his grandmother and asks them not to watch as he steps back and is executed. As they cross a bridge, the Major taunts them over loudspeakers. Ray fires back with insults, which only amuses him. Stebbins then reveals he's one of the Major's illegitimate sons
The Major's my father.
and had hoped to win a place in his father's life. With his body failing, he thanks Peter and Ray, stops walking, and is shot without hesitation, his father showing no reaction. Rain falls as Ray admits he's no longer afraid of death after everything he's seen. By mile 331, the final two enter a town roaring with spectators. Peter offers to surrender so Ray can return to his mother, but Ray refuses and tells him to keep walking.
Is it for your mom? Get off me, Ray.
Peter moves ahead, unaware Ray has stopped behind him. A gunshot ends it. Peter turns in horror, but the soldiers seize him as the winner. Ray shouts that he loves him and apologizes to his mother before the Major delivers the final shot. Fireworks fill the sky as the crowd cheers, and Peter breaks down in tears. The Major congratulates Peter and grants his wish. Peter asks for a soldier's rifle as a symbol of survival. The guards hesitate, but the Major allows it, thinking Peter is harmless. The instant Peter takes the gun, he turns it on the Major. Ignoring promises of fame and fortune, he tearfully says it's for Ray and shoots him dead.
This is for Ray.
Peter drops the weapon and walks away in silence. If this one surprised you, send it to someone who needs to see it, and stick around. The next twist is waiting.